Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and today I'm going to be showing you guys 50 build ideas for your Minecraft survival world. I recently hit 50,000 subscribers on my channel and I thought sharing some of my builds and giving all of you some inspiration would be a pretty cool way to celebrate. So without further ado, here are 50 building ideas that will hopefully get those creative juices flowing. Now everybody makes a starter house, yes, but sometimes they lack something that makes them unique. I think a great way to improve a build is to add life to it, and something you can do is to base it around an animal, like what I've done here. We have some busy bees living in the loft, and that is by far my favourite part of my starter house. But it's not the only part. You can always expand downwards from your starter house and make a hidden piston door leading to an underground storage room to hold all of your items. Hidden entrances, however, don't always need to involve redstone. You can always go with the classic of hiding a room behind a painting. This is where I keep all of my backup gear in case of emergency. Something every Minecraft player needs is a furnace or two, but occasionally you do need more than that, which is when a super smelter comes in very handy, so I'd recommend building one of those. I'm also willing to bet that somewhere in your world you have a staircase leading down underground to a mine shaft where you first started digging for diamonds. How about turning that into a proper looking mine shaft? Even if you don't use it much anymore, it still would be fun to spruce it up some. One aspect of Minecraft that is often overlooked is landscaping. In the wise words of Good Times with Scar, landscaping can hugely transform a build. I don't actually know if that's something he said exactly, but I do know it's something that he stands for, and he's right. So how about transforming the area around your house into something beautiful by adding in some pretty flowers, ponds, and even some custom trees. Maybe one of them could actually hold a tree house to live in from time to time. Keeping with that landscaping theme, how about making a custom river that you can sail down on a boat? This one even has a bridge you can go under, and that right there is another idea of something you can add into your world. Bridges, helping you get from point A to point B since, well, whenever bridges became a thing. I don't really know exactly. Animals are one of my favourite things in Minecraft, and you can make a lot of builds for them, like my starter house that we began with, for example. Now, there are 4 popular animals in this game: sheep, cows, pigs, and chickens. And usually you would just make a small fenced off area for them, but how about building something a bit bigger and more permanent like this free range animal barn here, allowing them to roam freely and have a good life until you either need some leather, wool, feathers, or pork chops. Then it's time to bring out the sword. Another animal you can build something for is the turtle. I have made an entire island for these guys and I think they like it, at least I hope so. But if you're up for the challenge, you can try and tame every cat in the game and proceed to build them a cat tower to spend their laziest days on. Now, just beside my cat tower here is actually my mountainside base, although mountain may be a bit of a stretch, it's more a hill. But this is actually built around a skeleton farm, which is something a lot of players have in their worlds, and for good reason. They are super helpful in the early game. Adding in little details to your world can really tell a story and allow you to have some fun with the lore. Take this extinguished campfire as an example. I like to pretend a weary traveller once camped out here in this cove overnight before setting off again in the morning. Things like this take no time at all and make your world feel lived in and a lot older than it may actually be. Something simple but very effective you can add into your world is pathways to connect all of your builds. This one right here leads to my custom village project, which is certainly one of the more time-consuming ideas on the list. But let's actually head inside because there are a lot of individual ideas in the village itself, such as some custom boats, a vineyard and winery, this windmill surrounded with crops, a marketplace, this church right here, a tavern with places to drink, sleep and eat, a town hall for you, the mayor, to sleep in, a custom garden filled with lots of little builds, a graveyard or a single grave for a lost friend. This one right here is for Clank, the iron protector of this village. And here's a cool idea. If you're not sure what to use your dragon egg for after taking it from the ender dragon you have slain, why not build it a custom cave, plop it in the middle and wait for it to hatch. I cannot exactly guarantee it will ever do that, but let's use our imaginations. Something I have done with this village is build each villager profession their own home. For example, this one right here belongs to the cleric. There are a couple of professions, however, that have had to share. The librarians are one of them. I've made them this huge library, each with their own individual rooms where I trade with them. And they were born over here in this villager breeder, where just above is a villager campsite. I like to imagine these guys are exiles and have set up camp just a little ways away from the village itself. Another villager related build you can do is a villager trading hall. Mine is actually on board this ship because, well, I wanted to do something a bit different. Anyway, enough village and villager talk, let's head to the Nether. But before we do, how's about building yourself a custom Nether portal to make it a bit more interesting than the plain old obsidian? Nowadays the Nether is much better than it used to be pre 1.16, and you can get away with living in here for the most part, so why not make yourself a Nether base? Inside of here I have a mine specifically for ancient debris, where I then smelt it into netherite in this forge. There's a tutorial on my channel for this if you're interested in building it. If you've got some Strider buddies, you should make them a place to stay. These are my Strider stables. A very popular build slash farm you can do in the Nether is a piglin bartering system. There are other farms you can make in the Nether, but this video is about build ideas, not farm ideas, so I think we'll just count them as bonus ideas. Here we go. Hoglin farms produce an insanely helpful amount of pork chops and leather. Basalt generators are good if you need lots of basalt for some reason. You're gonna need a gold farm for all of that bartering you'll be doing, and lastly a wither skeleton farm. But do bear in mind those last two require an ungodly amount of spawn proofing. One last Nether build idea is to make a Nether hub. This is especially helpful on a server. Switching it up and fast forwarding to December, you could make a Christmas village when the festive time rolls around. But maybe you're looking for a bigger project to kill some time on. How about a mega base? This is my Guardian Farm project and it took a lot of time to complete. Another project that took a lot of time to complete is my custom Mushroom Island. On here is a huge luxury modern mansion, some different vehicles, most of them waterborne but a couple that fly if they weren't made out of solid blocks. There is also a mushroom sanctuary because I didn't want to just take over this island and give the native animals nowhere to live. We also have a tiki beach and lastly an underground casino. And here's a project you can really sink your teeth into. Once you've beaten the Ender Dragon, how about transforming the entire End Island? Have fun with that. I know I definitely did. 1.17, the Caves and Cliffs update is coming out sometime this year, so you're gonna need some ideas for that too, right? So if you're looking to set up in the caves, aka underground, here are some builds of mine. And if you're looking to set up your base in the cliffs, aka mountains, here are some more for that. So there we go, there are probably over 50 build ideas for all of you. I really hope you did enjoy watching and it's given you some inspiration to get building yourself. But before I leave you here, I do just want to give the most massive thank you for 50,000 subscribers. That number is actually crazy to me. Never ever did I think I would reach that milestone. I thought it was super cool when I reached 50 subscribers, which it is, don't get me wrong. But to have multiplied that by 1,000, just bonkers, really. So thank you ever so much for the support, everybody. It really is hugely appreciated, and upwards and onwards, right? I will see you at 100k, where we will be doing 100 build ideas for your Minecraft survival world. Just kidding, we'll be doing something different, hopefully. I really look forward to it, and I hope you guys do too. Thank you once again, and bye for now.